Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome to Nation Fan TV. I'm Bilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Makosi Football Club, and in today's video, we are previewing the Dstv Premiership match between Kaizer Chiefs and Golden Arrows. A game that we won, like very convincingly, I would say, earlier on in the season. When was it? On the 31st of December, yeah. So when I actually saw that we were playing Arrows, I was like, oh, okay, look at that. So quick. So it's a game that means a lot for both teams actually, because you look at the Chiefs, we are sitting fifth on the log, right? And in us sitting fifth, a win, assuming other people lose, a win takes us to 31 points, which would be above Richards Bay, would be above the Pirates. But it's still up to us to win that game, because if we don't win that game, then we start slipping into the deeper positions of the league, because let's just say we draw or don't win tomorrow's game. Actually, not tomorrow's game, Sunday's game. The people who are behind us actually won't catch up with us, the more that I think about it. Even if Amazulu, Sekukune, or whoever is behind us, we have a 4-point gap between number 5 and number 6. So the positioning yet is not actually threatened by whether we lose or we win against Amazulu. So I wonder how the players are going to handle that, because before we've had situations where we've had to win matches, but we did our thing and we're Kaizer Chiefs. So I don't know good team how they're going to do this time, because like there's no change in terms of sliding further down the table. So Pirates, what they have on us is actually just a goal difference. So if we were to win by a convincing score, which I don't think we will win 6-0, then we would decrease that goal deficit that Pirates, or that is in the favor of the Pirates, because Boni goal difference is a very convincing, well, not convincing, just better than ours. It's just that we concede way more goals, way more stupid goals. So the Pirates are now ahead of us. And when it comes to Arrows, forgive me for the energy. It's so low because today I didn't go to work because I was sick. Funny, sick again. I have a constipation with cramps. So I'm weak in my stomach, and so forgive me, mobile energy that is too low. I'm trying to hold it together. Anyways, so with regards to Arrows themselves, how are they looking for as they approach this game? You look at their 5 results, guys. They've not been doing well. Like, if we go further back, they lost against us since they played us. They lost 2-0. After that, they went and surprised SuperSport 2-1. And I am looking for something. So yeah, they after us, they won against SuperSport, lost against the Pirates, lost against the Maritzburg United, and then they won against the Gallants, and then they lost really bad 4-0 A29 to ETS Galaxy, and then again Raleigh and beat them, and then finally they defeated Pretoria Callies Nedbank Cup. So Gwabona, they are not in the best of form. And as you know, when teams play against Chiefs, the standard goes up, right? So I'm expecting that just like any other team, they will raise their socks against the Chiefs, because, well, if you don't perform well against the Chiefs, not taking a dig at Chiefs, but it's like a motivation. Like people are motivated more to win against the Chiefs than to actually survive a relegation, because one loss puts them back in a relegation battle. Like they are 22 points, they have 22 points, and Swallows has a game in hand on them. So Swallows wins, they're at 24 points, and then all of a sudden these guys are on a relegation battle because Maritzburg United also has a game in hand. So if they win, they are 24 points. Swallows wins, they have 24 points. And then Arrows becomes number 15 on the log. So it's a very, very, very important game for Swallows, Arrows to win. Otherwise, they're just in trouble. So guys, let me know my comments as well. What are your thoughts about this game against Arrows, and also like the video. Now, with regards to Chiefs, I was glad to hear Uguti Umdu is not actually injured, because that tackle that he received from Maritzburg United's captain, I forget his name, it looked really scary. I thought the boy was going to like be injured like for a long time, but Agent Yake says it's just a dead leg, so probably I'm expecting him to be available for tomorrow's game. I keep on saying tomorrow's game, Sunday's game, because what can I say this? He's been really a good player for us, to be honest. Like, he has been, in the past few games, one of our best players. Like, literally, the other guys have been disappointing. He's the one player who has looked like, even when we were underperforming, like he wanted to do something. The rest of the guys, sometimes you just look at them and you're like, Batong, what's going on with these guys? But with him, he's been working hard, extra hard. So it would have been really bad if Danny was to miss tomorrow's game, because sorry if I say tomorrow again, because by missing the game, what's happening then is that he momentum yakhe is disturbed, and indaba yokukhila momentum yabadlali is just sad. So I think I'm glad for him to he's still available. And I think if I can talk about the starting 11, Vele Peterson should be retaining his place. I don't see why Uzwane will change him. Right back, Ngezana played well in that position. Left back, that's an interesting position actually. Yabo, if you play left back yakho, is going to be interesting with what Uzwane going to do. Because in that first game that we played against the Arrows, he experimented and he brought in Osamgelo Zwane, who had a good game against the Arrows. So I think I would risk it, if I was Zwane, and play Umashian. Hear me out. I would risk it and just have a chat with Uhepi Puguti. But you have to prove yourself here. You have to perform, because we know this position. I prefer Uhlandi over you. I'm pretending to be Zwane. So go out there and play well and work as hard going backwards as you would work going forward. But at the same time, Vele, in any case, he's like, he knows what he has to prove himself. So I just hope with him, I don't want this thing to be just, I know I am growing up in age, but even with his brain, his mind, Ugutabe matured as well, because we know Utumashian has been with Chiefs for the longest time, and this thing Yoguti is still making schoolboy mistakes is not going to end well for him, because as I said, as much as we can talk about how he's better than Osehota, Sehota is not starting either. Umuntu oqalayo in that position of the left winger or left wing position is Udupre. So Uzwane is not going to change Udupre, especially because he's been pretty consistent when he's played on that position. So I don't think Utupri will be changed from that position. As such, there is no space for Mashani to play as a winger. So yeah, that's just the thing. But now the thing then is, what can I say? The next interesting thing is Uguti center back pairing. Again, I don't think Uzwane will mess up with that or will chop and change in that position again, because remember Uguti, when we played against Marisburg towards the end of the game, he then swapped Ungezana noKwinika to ukuthi Ungezana adlale as a center back and then uKwinika to play as a right back. So I think he would want to afford himself that flexibility as well. Ukuthi if ukuthi he starts uKwinika noDove as a center back pairing, he knows ukuthi he can switch uKwinika noNgezana to right back and center back position, which you can't really do with Ungcobo. So I think those guys will still retain their positions. And then our midfield with Umtu available, Nostebe, Nomart, same thing really. And then you move on to and then if you move on to the wingers, on the left you have Dupree still. Through the middle you have Usail, and then as a winger, Yagwa right, he will still play Utoli, which would be shocking, right? To me, it would be shocking if Uzwane still starts. It would be shocking to me if Uzwane still starts Utoli in tomorrow's game, because I made a video earlier which most people haven't watched about ama midfielders ethu ukuthi Utoli, not Utoli, Usithebe is one player who's benefited from being benched, right? Because Usithebe, the last game that he played, I even forgot when this was, but he just started being benched, and then he came back in the game of Sundowns, and you can't stop raving about him. Well, me personally, because I think he has become a better player after being benched. So I think sitting on the bench can benefit abadlali, because they realize this is not my thing. I can just easily lose it. So yeah, I would say ngifunda ama comments saying overall siyapholokwana ngithi ePeter Mkaba siyapholokwana ngithi hey madoda, Peter Mkaba is a Cape Town, is a Polokwane, right? Stadium is a Polokwane, yes. Peter Mkaba. So yeah, the last time we were there, we were playing against, who were we playing against? What I remember about that game is just when the lights went off. That's what I remember about that game. Oh, let me come this side. Yeah, okay, let me read some of your comments. It's Friday, people are not joining the stream today. Okay, so okay. Oh my god, the stomach bug shouldn't turn into something serious, because I'm not doing that. Okay, first comment is from Liberty, who says, Hola Kosi, I'm here already today because I've missed the last few live streams due to load shedding. I wonder where load shedding on, and I've already liked. Thank you, Liberty, for that. Unati says, oh, Lampilo Nation, awe. Kosemandla says, Amakosi, Ebo, yes. And then Unati says, we're definitely winning this one, because remember in the last game that their coach was complaining about decisions and how they were cheated on or whatever, they were robbed and stuff like that. So it arrows the bad blood that we have. There's bad blood between the Chiefs and Arrows. So I'm not expecting an easy game. I won't lie to you. I'm not expecting it to be like straightforward, because, well, leave the fact that the Chiefs can be disappointing. I just think the problem is if Arrow shows up and we don't, then that's a first problem that I don't want us to go through or face. But if we're anything like it gave me my respect, we can beat anyone on any day in terms of the energy, not the conversion of chances. So next comment is from Uspesihle, because Uspesihle says, I hope we win this one. We really need these points. I just hope by God's grace Dolly comes back on form on Sunday. I know it's not possible, but I really hope it does. Hey Baba, usute by God's you've already said what's this thing, by God's grace. Grace baby sufficient. Anything is possible, Mausubali grace ka God. So I think at some point Udoli knows that he has to come back, because I mean a man can only be given so many chances, right? And I think right now he's just hanging on to the fact that he's captain as well of the team. So he's kept because of his leadership. So kukhona nalokho ukuthi some players kufana noKwinik until Uzwane couldn't take it anymore, but they were being kept on the team, and you looked at them and you thought, he's not kept in this team because of how he's performing. He's kept in the team because of his leadership or whatever, but he's not kept because of how he performs. So that's just the thing. So but I hope Nampela Namutoli comes back, because the reality of it is this, Uguti, we want Udoli to play better, because I don't subscribe to this thing Uguti umdlali uyabheda uyaboza then they should be benched forever. No, bench. He needs a bench. But I've seen people go to extremes or to release him or something like that. I don't want to go that far with players, because most of the audience or the people that watch this channel are people who have jobs, and I know at times go when you underperform at your work, or you miss something, or you don't do something because of certain reasons. But then uzothi mina ngiholo 1.4 million. But these things happen. People get out of form, but it can always get better and improve. And besides, Dolly being in form benefits us Kaizer Chiefs fans more than anyone, because if he plays well, then we know we to have more options. So really has to come back. Next comment from Kosi Sihle says, Ewe Kosi, he did play well last time, but if bamqalile then aboze ba. Ewe Kosi, he did play well last time, but if bamqalile then aboze, uzophinda alose i-confidence. I think Sirait as sub 2 to 3 more games, then kesibone emva koko. I don't know whether Sihle you are talking about Utoli. Are you talking about Utoli? Please clarify. I don't know if you are talking about Utoli, because last game he didn't play well. I don't know. I'm trying to think which player you are referring to. Oh, I think you are talking about Umashian, ukuthi he should be starting, right? So yeah, if Eboza Velek uzobe safe against King himself, because if Zwane takes a risk, happy Mashian, thank you for confirming. Ukuthi if bamqala boza uzophinda lose confidence. So I think he's high on confidence, and Zwane should capitalize on that ukuthi after assisting one goal and semi-assisting the second goal, semi-assisting the first and assisting the second goal against Maritzburg United, confidence yakhe should be high, and Uzwane should capitalize on that and say, listen, you played well, so you deserve to start. Because what we want to see ultimately is the players who are performing well to be rewarded for playing well, and the players who are not performing so well to be dropped, because the last thing you want is constantly rewarding underperforming players. I wouldn't even call it rewarding. it's like keeping players who are underperforming in the team. So yeah, I hope ngempela he plays. Umandla is asking, Mpilo, what's the Super Sport channel? Wait a second. So you want to know the Super Sport channel, the secret? Let me send the link on the chat. So on this link, you can then, actually there's a game that's being shown right now. Paste. Hayi ngeke ngizokusendela le link makuphela stream sengiyipostile. Angikuthembo namandla. Le link uzoyithatha ujike uyobuka iSuper Sport. I'm joking. Nance, here's the link. I've sent it on the stream. So there you can watch my games lapho on all the Super Sport games. Yeah, I hacked to Super Sport. I'm joking. It's not me. I just found it somehow because you find these things. And then Ulipat official says, what do you think about trying Happy Mashiane on the right wing when Dolly isn't delivering? I mean, if you think about it, he would do better. There's no way that he doesn't do better than Udoli. And with who's this one? With Udoli underperforming, you could probably see Dupree coming onto the right, playing as a right winger, and then Mashiane being played as a left winger, because it seems like Ujali by my thinking, it seems like Uzwane is trying to play abadlali as natural wingers, not like the modern wingers who tend to cut in. So Dupree is playing like that. But when he was playing with Dupree no Sehota, he played with Sehota on the left, Dupree on the right. So that's how he played them. So now I think with Uhappy, knowing Uhappy delivers Amapola better when he's playing as a left winger, we could see him playing as a left winger, but he can still play as a right winger. And also that gives him less responsibility to go back and track back. We still want him to do that, obviously, but it's not entirely on him like when he's a fullback who would, okay, you need to go and defend. So I think it could work. It could really work because, as I said, I think more than anything, Udoli being benched gives him time to think about stuff, right? It just does. And then Unathi says, Mpilo, ukula njalo lapho buya manje, but we wish a speedy recovery. Tell me about it, right? Because like yazi, there's this thing yoguthi, wait, is it showing yet? There's this thing yoguthi, since I got here, it's flu. I even thought every month now I'm getting sick, but this time around it's just a stomach bug. Like I woke up, I don't even know what it is. I even got the pills. Because I woke up and my stomach was like, it hurts. So I texted my boss and told him, but hey, listen, man, I'm sick. And even now, I'm not better. I just hope it doesn't get worse because now I'm feeling bad. I'm tired, but it's understandable. It's draining a lot from me. So yeah, that's why I'm trying by all means to come back to SA, because if we're being honest, this it's training on my health really. Like if you notice last year, I was never sick. Like not never sick. I did get sick, but once in like the entire year. In fact, I think the last time I was significantly sick was 2021 December. But then 2022, the whole year I was okay. And then I got here. I just get sick every time. So yeah, joining and becoming a member will help me. Abanye benu, I know, will only do that when you get paid in end of the month. But I need to come back. But the thing is, I can't just come back without a job that side. That's why I'm trying to find a way of making money. Because Linda is not right. Anyways, let's continue. with Unati says, and thank you for the well wishes. Unati says, can we match viewership with the likes, please? Yes. 24 views, only 9 likes. 24 current viewers right now, but 9 likes. So please do increase that. And then, yeah, Humandla says, thank you for the link. And then Uspiwe says, Sanbonani Coast Nationals, likes and subscribe. Also join. I've got a toothache this evening and I don't feel like talking. Sorry, as I'm thinking actually, you don't feel like talking, but it's a toothache. But then I understand, because when you're sick, you just don't want to do anything. I feel the same way. I just woke up actually. I was sleeping because I thought I would wake up with more energy for the stream, but it has not improved at all. But that's just good. But let me be bold now and do my predictions, because I've pretty much covered everything. And yeah, so I think we will win this game, right? I think we'll win this game. And I can honestly say I see the possibility of Zwane either benching Utoli or playing him as a 10. Maybe push him too wide and see what he does. The problem is that he might not want to change him to a position yake because he's been busy in that one. But if that's the case, then Uguti, he is what's this thing? If let's say Utoli still starts as a right winger, then we have problems. Because unless by the grace of God, as Spesile said, unless the grace of God intervenes, then Utoli will still be a liability. But if somehow something has changed since last Saturday or last Friday, then there's hope. If Uzwane, another thing, if Uzwane does not do this thing of not wanting to make early subs, we'll be in trouble. Because I feel like the fact is, in the previous games that we've played and underperformed in, it's been just as important how we come back and perform in the second half as much as it has been Uguti, how do we actually start the game. Because we start the game sometimes and it doesn't work, and then we're like, okay, we need a reaction now, and that's what we often don't do. Like, and that's down to Zwane and the subs and how he use kuba naleyo nkinga leyo. So I think Chiefs should win this game. Peterson has been doing great. He's been keeping our clean sheets left, right and center since he came back. So I think Chiefs will also want to keep that going. So maybe this time again we will win this game 2-0. Yes, I said it. I will win this game 2-0 again, because Arrows, they're in a bad form. That game against Maritzburg United should have been a confidence booster for us. And the Arrows might just shoot themselves in the foot, because they will favor themselves. Because they are not afraid of playing against the Chiefs, right? That's another thing. And one can only hope they do that. Like, because I want them to attack us. If they attack us, then it leaves them open. If they are compact and stay back, then we have problems. So that's why I'm saying I would rather they try to attack us than to sit deep, because it opens possibilities for us as well. Umandla says Chiefs will win depending on the starting lineup. As I always say, despite how poor Duba was, I still feel he deserves a chance. Uduba, when he starts, if he starts, he needs to be played as a 9 and then push Usaile to the left. To the right. Because if you're going to bench Udoli, bench him for Uduba and then play Usaile on the right. Because if Udoli doesn't perform and then you have a right back who is a makeshift right back, then you just have problems. Like, he's not terrible Lungezana at right back, because we saw Uti was even better against Maritzburg United. So I think you need to have something. You need to push Usaile wide, so that so that you can give Usail also freedom to run at defenders, because le ndaba leyo yokuthi God le ndaba yokuthi Usail adlale in the middle, it ends up giving us inking because it limits him. He disappears at times. So if he's wide, it's better. He gets to take on players, and then Iguduba can play his natural position. Usihle says, Asnomzama na ku9 Lodoli. I think Udoli playing a false 9 will make people question Uzwane a lot, because if you play him as a false 9, for instance, what are you expecting from him? Because he also misses clear-cut chances. So I would rather risk it with him as a winger or as a 10, but not as a false 9. Because people will also ask questions of Utaibo. Chiefs wanted a strike, but now all of a sudden they have a strike, and now they are playing Otol as false 9s. So I think that wouldn't be something that Zwane would want to do. And then Liberty says, that's very true. We need fresh legs, but Zwane sometimes just keeps players, or even when they don't give anything anymore. I think Uzwane has gone to this approach of cautious at times, right? Over cautious, not cautious. And Yamlimaz, because he fears that if he makes a change, it's going to destabilize the team too much. So he makes the fewest subs you can possibly see. But then that's the problem, because you are not giving players who can change the game an opportunity to play. Usihle says, okay. Umandla says, my only problem with arrows is Knox Mutizwa. Anginandaba noMtizwa this time around. If Tina we make sure with midfield here too deals with midfield arrows, we can't have a lot of problems. If we just deal with our midfield, we won't have problems. I'm not scared. Sihle says, cause right wingers, Fanba, Sahil, left to pre, Sahil, right, two writing Melekbo Sahil, who left to pre. How you deleted it? I was still reading it. But your comment was basically saying Utuba must be 10, Sahil must be left wing, and then left wing must be Sahil. Right wing must be Sahil, left wing must be Utupri. Yeah, I guess that's ideal. That's the most ideal situation, where you have Utuba to the middle, Sahil on the right, and then Dupri on the left, and then Mtu as a 10. That's the most ideal starting front three. Kosi Dominic says, Olampelo, I'm late. Ugesi yo siyawina na kanjani. Ay guys, indaba kagesi. Hi indaba kagesi. This electricity thing with the ministers of electricity, it's just like, what? Hey, shame. Sorry. Amanda says yes. No, bench Dolly for sure. And then says Sahil's pace will force the arrows left back not to push up, so it will help Ngezana. Yeah, and Vele in that case, Nomodi will have to drop deeper to try and assist that person, and we can just target that side like what left, like what right, like how we targeted the side when we're playing against Maritzburg United. So yeah, we can kill them on that side, but Zwane must see Uguti Sahil is best when he's playing as a winger. And then Sihle says, cause andiyiboni indawo kaDoli, so sendimnika kuba uZwane kubonakala ngumzala wakhe. Umfaka aphinde amnxibise Bhakti kodwa uyavuza Ike yena shame he's really having a horrible form uDoli, so he needs to get better at some point. So yeah guys, I think that's it. I am pretty weak today, so I will end the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. I will be posting a video tomorrow on the channel, and then I will see you an hour before the game on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy. Again, I just remembered I should have done dun 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 dun.